Hey, Doughboy back here with another Destiny 2 video. We are on to the Gauntlet on the Leviathan raid. This week it's the second encounter. Last week was the third encounter. By the way, if you don't know, they rotate every week, so the first one becomes the last, and so on. So anyways, Gauntlet was last week. This week it is second. Next week will be the first one. This is basically like a big game show. You'll see here, first part of it, just a bunch of ads, about I think 3 waves. You break in, they come out of 4 different spots, 2 doors on each spot, so 8 doors total. I'll break into just teams. Some guys will have to be a solo, some guys will be doubled up. So preferably stronger guys that know the encounter more. You can just grenade the doorways too, especially if you're a striker titan like myself. I can just block down. I probably could have soloed this side, but I didn't. I would suggest 2 because this plate is not where the psionic charge spawns. The next plate is. I'll show you that in a second. So I would suggest doubling up on the plates before them because there's these majors you want to get down so they don't mess you up later in the fight, as you see right here. So what we do is we kill him, and we move on to the next plate clockwise, which he already killed, but we'll help him out if he needs. And you see right there, psionic charge spawns. So what you have to do for this, you have to break into 2 teams of 3, 1 runner on each. We failed that one. 1 runner on each team, and 2 guys outside. 2 guys outside have 2 responsibilities. 1 guy runs to the next plate, which is what I'm doing. As soon as you're done with 1, you run immediately to the next plate. There's 4 plates around the room. You start in the plate where the psionic charge is, and then you move to the next one. The other guy's responsibility, there's a scion and a bubble, just like in all the other encounters, that you have to go inside and shoot or melee. He doesn't take that much damage, so you can just melee him quick. So he's responsible for meleeing him, and he spawns immediately below the arrows after you shoot him. So he'll spawn, you don't see because I'm turning right away. Actually, you will see now, he spawns right there. I'm not moving because we are done. This was the last plate. You only go to 4 total, so basically you hit all 4. So that was my last plate, so that's why I didn't jump to the next one. Pretty complicated encounter, but pretty fun. This is probably the most fun raid encounter I've ever played a part of. Actually, I played them all, so this is the most fun raid encounter. Anyways, definitely want to have good runners. Those are important because you have to do this 3 times, and then everybody will have to run the last time. But when you're outside shooting, you saw there's 3 arrows we have to shoot at. There's top, middle, bottom. And what the runner has to do inside is he has to call out. There'll be a psionic charge he has to run through. You can see to my right there, there's a set of 9, I believe it's 9 holes right there. They're not lit up on that side, they're lit up on the other side. You'll see later on. But he'll call out if it's top, middle, or bottom. And then whatever he calls out, we have to shoot the opposite too. So if he calls out middle, we'll have to shoot top and bottom. If he calls out bottom, we have to shoot middle and top. And if he calls out top, we have to shoot middle and bottom. So the strategy we use for 2 people outside is me. I always shot the bottom, so you see me aiming at the bottom here. The other guy always shot the top, so you see him shooting at the top. So what happens if I hear him call out middle? We both know that we just shoot our respective top and bottom. So basically, if you're always aiming at bottom and you hear him call bottom, you aim at middle. If you're always aiming at top and you hear him call top, you aim at middle. That way, because if you're aiming at bottom and you hear middle or top, you just know you shoot at bottom. So kind of complex, but makes it easy. And keep the communication little here. You don't want to say top bottom. You just want to say what not to shoot, because both runners are trying to say it, and they say it about the same time. Sometimes you'll get off kilter. I will let this next phase run out with the volume on. Sometimes you get off kilter. Sometimes they're the same time, so if you're talking a lot, you're not going to be able to hear it. So a little confusing, but here I will let the sound take over, and then I'll explain the final phase when it happens.
Alright, what if I just jumped off?
You did that. We are LFGing, and they jumped, like 2 guys jumped off.
I don't know what LFGing is.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Looking for grandma.
Little faggot dragon.
What the fuck?
Linear fusion grenade. Am I right?
I died.
Middle.
And you have to shoot them at the same time.
Yeah, bottom.
So you see
I
it's
legit
at
thought
bottom,
you
and I
died.
aimed at middle.
Fuck off.
That's why you don't just shoot it once, you keep shooting it, because you each have to hit them pretty much the same time.
Bottom.
So this is bottom again, I aim at middle, while he shoots at top still. In this last run,
Could be it, boys.
he's trying to fuck with you guys, so
Bottom.
he's moving the plates
You're
up and
a boy,
down,
I'm
so
a
kind of
man.
funny.
I'm a big boy.
I'm out of ammo.
Oh, you dick!
I ran out of ammo. I'm sorry.
And see that one, we both shot, but we didn't shoot at the same time, and he ran out of ammo, so we didn't get it. But it's fine, you can miss one as long as you don't miss two in a row.
Come on. Come on.
Which he gets
got
to.
it.
And that was the last one.
I can't get
Now
through.
there's that cyan again.
These bottom ones are fucking Jewish.
Sorry if you're Jewish.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna mute them. Now this final phase. 6 Sonic charges will spawn. We'll all have to grab them. We'll all do the running. But as you'll see, there's 9 holes in the walls we have to jump through right in front of us. But there's only 4 charges that spawn. Now, as you saw earlier when we missed, he didn't get the Sonic charge. So you can miss 1, but you can't miss 2 in a row. So there's only 4 charges. So what we did is, I was new to this encounter actually. So they had me grab a charge every time, just to make sure I didn't fuck up and die. So you can do that, or you can have people switch. So what these guys did, though, they had 2 people grab a charge every time, and they laid back to let the other guys pick and choose and get there first. Because we could afford to miss 1 every once in a while. They could not, because the other 4 guys were switching off. 2 would get 1, then 2 would get the next, 2 would get 1. So they communicated to switch off, switch on, where we just got 1 every time. So I think that's the most effective strategy, instead of everybody switching off, switching on. Have 2 people get them all the time, and they can lay back and get the last ones. So as you see here, we only need 3 people to make it to finish the encounter. If you do miss a charge early on, you're not done, but it means you need 1 more later. So you can only miss 3 charges that whole first 3 runs. But if someone misses at the end, then you're fucked. So as you see there, we got 1 extra one, but it didn't matter. We completed it. All fine and dandy. Pretty fun raid encounter. Pretty quickly, too, if you do it successfully. Biggest thing is, hand cannon's probably not the best. Auto rifle will probably be the best to shoot at those triangles. But scout rifles, hand cannons do work. They are slower fire rates, so I think auto rifle will be a little bit better. But it's tough because scout rifles are nice to take out the ads and everything. So maybe if you're energy weapon, because you don't need power, you need power to take out the majors, but they're not that big a deal, especially if you're not soloing it. So I would definitely recommend next time I run this, I will have an auto rifle in my energy or my primary, whichever one, just so I can have more uptime on the target and more likely to have somebody to match with. So that was the Gauntlet. Really fun to do. Can be frustrating though if you don't have a coordinated fire team. And as you see here, I'll let this play out a little bonus clip. We are actually opening up a door. I don't know the pattern. I think they shout out the pattern right here, so if you can just copy them. So let me turn so we can hear them talking again. Let me turn back on.
I think it's the one that Andy's at. Ready?
All right. Yep.
Go.
Yep.
Then Ethan.
So they went. Okay.
The way is open.
Okay. So underground.
What way? Over here.
Right here.
We're walking away from the Gauntlet Encounter, so it's the one that's, as you're walking away, it's the one that's far right, immediate left, immediate right, and far left.
Without Jake, that sounds
So
great.
little zigzag, that's nice.
In here.
And this is
I
the
found it.
underground. I think I forgot what key we're
feel like
going
I'm
to. Actually, I'll let this
stirring
play
the
out because this is
vaginal
nice too. So I like the Pamela.
Which way?
And a little fun clip here too,
Yeah.
messing with
There's so many different ways.
some Family
we're
Guy
all gonna
clips.
be
People are
fucking-
just like walking around, man. We're gonna be here forever.
This is how crab works. This
how
is the
crab
room.
rock.
Walks. Sorry. I don't know.
How do they walk? We know how they rock.
Rock.
Like
Rock
a rock
lobster?
Alright, so look over here. Over here is the gold door.
Oh, this is the one with all the sentinels. There's like 7 of
Fucking
them.
watchers,
Yep.
god damn it.
So to open that door, we
There's
have
like
to
7 of
kill
them.
some gate watchers,
This one.
or whatever they're called.
Me and Bro slapped it then with
I'm
4.
recording off my Twitch.
Is that the same
um,
thing now?
So let me fast forward here a little bit.
But similar.
I don't know,
We
eh?
actually do it.
Butter sucks.
I'm still alive.
And we're singing to
It's
Rock
fucking
Lobster
amazing.
too. It's kind of
this
funny.
one.
Yeah.
Is everyone behind the door?
Get over this door.
I am now.
Andy, don't go to that door.
So you have to leave
good.
the
I'm
room
hiding.
for
Jet
the
to America.
bots to respawn.
To America.
Alright,
And
1,
butter sauce.
And
2,
butter sauce.
3, open.
We're laughing at
Thanks,
Rock
Derek.
Lobster. I kept playing it.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
What the?
So immediately he was
No matter
detected.
what,
Let me go a little bit
thank
further. So you can't be
Yeah.
detected. You have
I
to
got
kill.
mine.
There's 4 of these. You have to
I got
kill them
mine.
all without being detected because
Ah,
it
who
goes
missed
mute.
it? There's
No.
4.
Alright, so there's 2
But
in the
you can
middle.
wipe the room and then I'll
I got
leave
yours,
and it
okay?
restarts.
You did not get yours.
We have to. There we go. So we did just do it. There we go.
So I
This
just
is the
gotta stand
time.
behind the wall and wait for it to turn.
Bro slap, I'm gonna go to the right to get the one in the
Okay.
middle.
Yep.
Death to America.
Hold on.
So I'll
go yet.
sneak in.
Wait for it.
Alright, I can go there. I'm at one.
Do
Go.
it now.
Yeah.
Did we get it?
Yep.
Where's the door?
Yep. We all sneak in.
Door.
We all kill
Over
One of the
this-
4
This one right here.
before
Yep,
they
right
can
here.
detect
Transfer
us.
key.
Door.
And we run back to
Boom.
I
airdrop
don't
Oh,
have
no.
that one, I don't
Yeah.
think.
And I think I get an exotic engram from this. Did I?
Oh, I get it.
No, I got a legendary. I think I get an exotic.
Ooh,
Nope,
lot of
legendary.
Let me go get Jake's controller and get him.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's how. What key was
No,
that?
he's totally not getting
That was a transfer key.
Yeah, fuck him for smoking.
So you can follow our path
Seriously.
from the Gauntlet Encounter to come down here and get that.
Serious.
Um,
Oh, he's back.
I like how
Holds
these
up the
chests
whole
are hidden
raid.
underneath. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get to, but it's fun. You have to be with the raid team.
Yeah,
You
he's
can't get
not
them
back.
solo,
I'll
which
find
kind of
his
sucks,
controller.
but
Oh,
He just
Pretty
got
fun,
an
and
exotic
it's another-
engram too, and I didn't get shit.
level of just stuff to do. Either way. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be covering the boss fight next. I've covered the first 3 encounters. Again, pretty fun raid. It's almost like King's Fall. If you fuck up one little part, you can't really recover, especially with normal mode. Revives are active, but if someone is down for too long, you guys wipe, which is kind of weird. Because that almost makes it like hard mode in that you don't want to, it sucks that you just can't move on with in 5-man encounter or 3-man, because those are some of the best times. I remember, even in Rise of Iron with Wrath of the Machine. I remember a bunch of times where it's just 2 people left, like not on the boss, on who's the first guy? Not Axis. I'm blanking. Anyways, the first encounter in Wrath of the Machine, you could 2-man the end of that if you really needed to, if you threw enough bombs and did all that. So those are the really fun moments, especially on challenge mode and shit, when we just needed to do a little bit more damage and 2 guys could finish it off for us. But you won't have that here because if people are down for more than 30 seconds, you guys wipe. So kind of sucks. Anyways, catch my streams Sunday through Thursday, midnight until 2, starting earlier on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And stick around next time for the boss fight. See ya.